Hello, and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great program this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now on to our first news story for this week. As of Saturday morning, November 27th, reports show the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Arlington increased by 193 for the week, up to 19,414. We at Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News would continue to monitor the situation as the cooler months continue. As for vaccinations, as of November 27th, 216,852 Arlingtonians have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. The number having received 2 doses was 190,203. Based upon our best estimate of Arlington's population over the age of 5, the percentage of 226,700 eligible Arlingtonians who are at least partially vaccinated is now 95.6%. However the percentages look, it appears that more than 9,500 eligible Arlingtonians over the age of 5 remain completely unvaccinated. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 through 11-year-olds is still available at the following locations. Arlington Mill Community Center, located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and Walter Reed Community Center, located at 2909 16th Street South. Walk-ins for 5 through 11-year-olds are available Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. To recap last week's LEAF report, here is the final installment from the county's 2021 collection schedule for the second Zone 4 pass from December 8th through December 11th. Arlington East Falls Church, Arlington Forest, Arlington Heights, Arlington Ridge, Arlingwood, Buckingham, Chain Bridge, Columbia Forest, Dover Crystal, Rivercrest, Riverwood, Yorktown. For the second Zone 5 pass from December 13th through December 16th, Bellevue Forest, Donaldson Run, Gulf Branch, Country Club Hills, Maywood, Old Glebe, Rock Springs, Williamsburg, Woodmont. We now turn to a recent crime report from the Arlington County Police Department. On November 23rd, police were alerted to a possibly stolen vehicle. Officers located the parked, unoccupied vehicle and confirmed the vehicle was reported stolen out of Virginia, and the license plate was stolen out of Pennsylvania. 5 subjects subsequently returned to the vehicle, and police attempted to stop them. 2 subjects were detained without incident, 1 subject fled on foot and was not located, and 2 subjects fled in the vehicle. With the assistance of Virginia State Police, the vehicle was stopped at 12th Street South and South Hayes Street, and the driver of the vehicle was taken into custody without incident. The passenger fled on foot, and officers initiated a brief foot pursuit before taking the subject into custody without further incident. The driver, TJ Edwards, 29, of Washington, D.C., was arrested and charged with grand larceny auto, possession of ammunition by convicted felon, possession of Schedule 1, 2 controlled substance, felony eluding, receiving stolen goods, hit and run, and driving without a license. The passenger, Deetrell Ashton, 27, of Washington, D.C., was arrested and charged with felon in possession of a firearm, felon in possession of ammunition, possession of a firearm while in possession of Schedule 1-2 narcotics, carrying a concealed weapon, obstruction of justice, identity theft to avoid arrest, receiving a stolen handgun, possession of a firearm with an altered serial number, and fugitive from justice. Shaquille Scott, 23, of Washington, D.C., was arrested and charged with drunk in public. Also on November 23rd, police were dispatched to the late report of an indecent exposure. Upon arrival, it was determined that at approximately 1:45 p.m., the female victim was riding a bus when the unknown male suspect came and sat next to her and attempted to engage her in conversation. The suspect then got up and sat across the victim, and she observed him with his hand in his pants, allegedly masturbating. The suspect is described as a black male wearing a red jacket and dark gray sweatpants. The investigation is ongoing. Other cases include assault and battery on the 1600 block of North George Mason Drive, assault and battery on the 2100 block of North Culpeper Street, destruction of property on the 1200 block of South Thomas Street, larceny on the 2900 block of South Glebe Road, larceny on the 200 block of North Glebe Road, larceny on the 2800 block of North Glebe Road, fraud on the 6400 block of 22nd Road North, larceny on the 1100 block of South Hay Street, recovered stolen auto on the 800 block of North Randolph Street, graffiti on 7th Road South at South Greenbrier Street, graffiti on the 5100 block of 7th Road South, disorderly conduct on the 3100 block of Clarendon Boulevard. There were also 2 reports of stolen vehicles. A 2015 silver Toyota Corolla from the 1700 block of North Lynn Street, a 2003 red Pontiac Grand Am from the 1100 block of North Kenilworth Street. Online reports include identity theft on the 1200 block of South Courthouse Road, vehicle tampering on the 4000 block of Wilson Boulevard, larceny from auto on the 1900 block of North Woodrow Street, larceny from auto on the 1200 block of North Quincy Street, fraud on the 2700 block of Clarendon Boulevard, larceny on the 1500 block of Crystal Drive, fraud on the 1500 block of Crystal Drive, suspicious circumstances on the 800 block of North Edison Street, fraud on the 6700 block of Washington Boulevard, larceny on the 3500 block of South Clark Street, larceny from auto on the 2500 block of North George Mason Drive. But that does it for the news for this week. Now on to our community bulletin board stories.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Just in time for the holidays, Cinderella joins the family series repertoire of the Cinetic Theater. This time, Cinderella is stepping into her own shoes. Led by an all-female team of Cineticons, this innovative take on the classic fairy tale is a perfect fit for audiences of all ages. This production of Cinderella is adapted and directed by Maria Simpkins. Performances start at 7 o'clock p.m. and will run through December 26th at Cinetic Theater, 1800 South Bell Street. Tickets can be obtained through Cinetic Theater's ticketing site or by calling their box office at 703-824-8060, extension 117. All guests over the age of 12 must provide proof of vaccination or a negative PCR test along with their ID prior to entry. IDs are not required for minors accompanied by an adult. Children under 12 are not required to provide proof of vaccination or a negative test. Masks are required at all times. Our next event is for little kids ages 18 to 35 months with an adult. It's called Tiny Tot Snow My Goodness. See what they did there? Anyway, Tiny Tot programs provide opportunities to interact one-on-one with your child while discovering the wonders of nature. Each program may include a variety of activities like dramatic play, songs, and mini hikes. Tiny Tot programs are offered throughout the year at Long Branch and Gulf Branch Nature Centers. Themes repeat, so please register for only one program at each center per month. You can register the child only, but caretakers must stay during the program. Also, be prepared to be outdoors. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Friday, December 10th from 4 o'clock to 4:30 p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Now our next event is for adults. It's called Chit and Chat Campfire. That's with 3 C's. Have you had questions about nature but didn't know how to ask or were a little bit too shy to ask? Well, here's your chance to join in at this campfire where a park naturalist will be there to answer any questions you may have about the natural world. This engaging program will be filled with a variety of topics and facts about nature and, of course, s'mores, and this time they will provide the marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers. Sometimes it pays to be an adult. For information, call 703-228-6535. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Friday, December 10th from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Our next event is called the Warm Lights Winter Nights Festival, and it's for families. Join in during the darkest time of the year to celebrate the light and warmth that can be created during the winter season. You'll enjoy a luminary-lit evening hike, have fun at activities around a series of campfires, and create light-themed crafts to take home that will brighten your winter nights. You'll want to register children and adults because children must be accompanied by a registered adult. For this event, there are several time slots, so families with younger children should register for the earlier time slots. For information, call 703-228-3403. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Saturday, December 11th, and here are the time slots to choose from. 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., 5:50 to 6:50 p.m., 6:10 to 7:10 p.m., 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., 6:50 to 7:50 p.m., 7:10 to 8:10 p.m., and 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Our next event is also for families. It's called the Adapted Nature Hike. Everyone is welcome to join in on a leisurely paced hike through a park. The forested trails will be accessible, smooth, and shaded for a fun hike to explore and examine whatever you discover. There are paved trails, mostly in the shade, but not completely flat. There are some inclines and hills, but there are also benches for resting along the way. Register children and adults because children must be accompanied by a registered adult. For information, call 703-228-6535. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. And that's on Sunday, December 12th from 1:30 to 3 o'clock p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Our last CBB event is for adults. It's called Q&A Hike. They're having it because nature inquiry doesn't have to be just for kids. You can join a naturalist on a casual hike to ask your nature questions, with the focus being on you for a change. Please feel free to bring binoculars, guidebooks, or nature ID apps. Trails will be paved, shaded, and have gentle inclines. For information, call 703-228-6535. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. And that's on Sunday, December 12th from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. Our first event is called Clean and Green. Do you know what's in the cleaning supplies under your kitchen sink? I sure don't, because some of the labels fell off. Anyway, Marcy Todd, a doTERRA representative, will discuss some of the toxic chemicals that might be found in the products you use every day, along with some alternatives that are kinder and gentler to you and the environment. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-401-01. And that's coming up on Thursday, December 9th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Now, our next event is called Calligraphy Basics. Now, the word calligraphy means beautiful writing. Mind you, that just refers to the way the words look on the paper, not what you actually say. Anyway, calligraphy appears complicated, but by learning basic techniques, you can start to create your own beautiful letters. With the holidays approaching, you can join 55 Plus director Brittany Miller for an evening of instructional calligraphy where you'll create tags for labeling gifts. A list of recommended supplies will be included in the registration details. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-300-03. And that's on Thursday, December 9th from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. at Lubber Run Community Center, 300 North Park Drive. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Next up, here's another chance to join a morning walk with the Fast Forwards. They're a faster paced group that walks a 2 to 5 mile loop, including some hills. Walks are held on the second, third, and last Fridays of each month. Transportation is not provided. They typically meet in front of Aurora Hills 55 Plus Center, but occasionally they meet at other locations and may need Metro. This is a drop-in event, so there's no activity number, but you better call 703-228-4747 to make sure of the meetup location. That's on Friday, December 10th from 9 o'clock to 10:30 p.m., probably at Aurora Hills Community Center, 735 18th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Now, the next event is called Holiday Trivia. Well, the name kind of says it. It's a chance to test your holiday trivia skills. Trivia is also a great way to learn facts while having fun with friends. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-890-04. That's on Friday, December 10th from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock p.m. at Langston Community Center, 2121 North Culpeper Street. You got to be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Now, what would the holidays be without holiday music? I mean, apart from all the food and presents and stuff. Well, here's a chance to enjoy an afternoon of festive holiday music by Dr. Ben Hutchins. He's the Director of Music Ministries at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Alexandria. And coffee, tea, and packaged cookies will be served. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-890-03. That's on Friday, December 10th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at Aurora Hills Community Center, 735 18th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Now, the next event is about exploring mixed media. If you're not sure what mixed media is all about, then you can join Jennifer Droblian from DPR's Office of Community Arts for an afternoon of hands-on art material exploration and mixed media techniques. You can even learn new approaches to improve your skills, and materials will be provided. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-303-14. And that's on Friday, December 10th from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. at Arlington Mill Community Center, 909 South Dinwiddie Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Finally, there's an event called Community Safety in South Arlington. It's a chance to learn more about community safety protocols and programs implemented by the Arlington County Police Department in South Arlington, particularly the Crystal City and Pentagon City areas. Register online or call 703-228-4747. That's coming up on Monday, December 13th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at Aurora Hills Community Center, 735 18th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Anyway, that's all I got for 55 plus news.
And that concludes this week's show. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.
Spoken poetry is always a mistake.
Rock critics call you a pompous flake, and they'll condemn you every time if you choose to make your verses rhyme. They'll howl and moan that it isn't soul, a 12-bar blues, or rock and roll. Write what you will, they'll always find it isn't what they had in mind. Your work will be met with jeers and spite. They'll call it precious, dull, or trite. But I wonder if they would strut so proud if they heard their own words read out loud.
By drowning you